So I'm rolling down onto the ice for the final, and Colin's our guy that gets our ski boots off and gives me my last couple words before I go down there and get up to the line. Bust down into the inside of the track here to do a quick hole shot and get things warmed up, and I'm going to fire down into the turn and get into the staging area. Right here is when I kind of realized that the sled was going to feel pretty damn good. Bobby Donahue told me to weave back and forth a little bit, get the muscles working in the arms, and see how the sled's going to react with ski pressure and stuff. We made a couple adjustments before the final here. So we're going 7 laps. Eagle River World Championship. A lot of things going through my head here. I'm going to line up in the middle, which typically I normally do. In my heat race I went to the bottom. I'm going to try something a little different here. 5 guys that were in the final with me. Pack the picks down in the ice, start looking at my tack to get my launch point. And we launched. It was the best launch I've had all weekend, all year. Drove it into turn 1 a lot harder than I normally do. The guys pushed way up the track and I fired down to the bottom and fired all the way down the backstretch. Was first into turn 3. First laps here are just getting settled in on things. I was running a completely different line than I was in my heat race. I was running the track a little bit higher. A line that Bobby Donahue told me what to do. So the first 4 laps here I was just really trying to pick that line out and get comfortable on the sled and make the quickest laps that I could. I pulled the field away pretty good here the first few laps. You can see the video board coming into turn 3. You can see I was starting to look up there to see the competition coming behind me. It's a bad habit to get into, but with a screen that's 10 feet wide you can't help but notice it. At this point, arms are starting to get a little bit fatigued. I'm expecting to have some guy come up behind me here and start racing with me. I had a little bit of a screw up right there. Pushed up into the corner a little bit, didn't have my body down, ready for the turn. And I'm starting to back off a little bit earlier coming into the corners just to make sure I'm hitting my marks. And that's allowing the second place guy to gain on me quite a bit. Lucky enough for me, I just had enough to keep the distance to a good margin. Still running the same line as best as I can. Ran a little bit lower into turn 1 there and 2. Still exited at about the same spot in the track. At this point I can see Blaine in second catching me. Every time I'm coming around I'm hoping to see the white flag. And crossing the finish line there was the best feeling I've ever had in my snowmobile racing career. As you can hear, I was pretty emotional at that point. I just won the world championship, and Colin comes to give me a congratulate. I actually pulled my tether switch out, so the sled died, and I didn't realize it. I thought we had actually blown up the motor right there, but with everything going on, I got everything back together and came up here and gave the Skidoo boys a salute. Let them know that their motor just was the winner. We actually had the only Skidoo in the field. Coming up here to do his driver introductions and awards ceremony and get a few words from me.
Cody actually stopped down there, pointed up, and we're thanking some friends up there. Who were they?
I can't thank everybody enough at Tier Motorsports for giving me a hand. Bobby Donahue and everybody at Donahue Super Sports, all my sponsors who make this happen. The Skidoo Nation up there for giving me the motor to put this baby out front and take home the win.
Loved by all. Cody Knutson, ladies and gentlemen, is the up now.
There's an official photo here on the start and finish line with Hackert and the Queen in Court. Thanks so much, Cody.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cody, hold that flag up when you drive by me, okay?
Just snap one of these buttons.
You'll make it.
Thank you.
Fire it up, I'll hand it to you.
So here I am coming back to the paddock, take the flag and point to my crew looking at me over by the fence. Colin's greeting me to put the ski boots back on. I'm still at a loss of words and quite emotional. There's always a first a feeling for winning the world championship. I just want to thank everybody that helps me out, all my guys at Tier Motorsports. We can't do this without them. Lee, Travis, Rocky, Colin, my dad, Britt, my grandparents, everybody that comes to the races every weekend. Just shows their devotion. I'm glad I could bring them home a victory. I'll see you here when I get off my sled. The tears started to fall at that point when I gave Bobby Donahue a hug. He was pretty proud of me, and that makes me feel pretty good. So I gave him a hug, and actually you can see my shield bust off here. But that's a former world champion meeting a new world champion. It's just a really good feeling. I want to thank everybody that supports us with racing. Anybody supports us, period. We aren't going to be able to win world championships nor win a race if we don't have the commitment from these guys. So thank you very much, and our next goal is the Wausau 525.